Poison right here on your classic metal show with Souls on Fire from the Swallow This Live release, the studio bonus tracks.
Boy, that was the studio bogus track. Oof, that was fucking terrible.
Well, you did say play something,
uncommon. You played what I asked for, but oh boy. I had forgotten that one, and now I remember why, because that song sucked a big fat cock. God.
Well, that's a perfect lead into this next segment here.
It really is. But, yeah, because by contrast, that might have been the greatest song ever written compared to what we're about to play.
Sure.
In my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
Yeah, this is the new single was released this week for Bret Michaels for his new solo record, which must be called Douche Everybody Live. It's fucking terrible.
Well, think about a Bret Michaels, for instance, okay?
All right.
Granted, you have to give him credit for resurrecting his career outside of Poison with the Donald Trump TV show, the VH1 Rock of Love for 3 seasons.
Right.
Then doing all the hosting stuff that he does, et cetera, and still also hosting or playing with Poison and Shed tours. And, since 1999, since Poison, quote-unquote, came back, here we are 14 years later, and they're still pretty much raking in the money.
Yeah, they are. They're still making money.
So you got to give them credit for that. Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Hail and Kill, boys. How you going? It's Tim James calling from Sydney, Australia again.
Well, you must love us, Tim, if you're willing to call us on a Sunday afternoon in beautiful Australia down under, mate.
Well, it's not that beautiful down here at the moment. It's pretty wet.
Well, it probably isn't. It probably isn't snowing though, and it's probably not 5 degrees.
Yeah, probably not. How are you fellas doing today?
We're doing, Tim. Are you listening to the show?
No. Well, because I had a bunch of stuff to do today, and I was at church and stuff, and I've just gotten out of there, and so, but I just tuned in, so I've only been listening for about 5 minutes, and then I'm off to see a band.
Well, let me ask you, Tim, since you brought it up, what faith are you? What religion are you? You said you just came from church. What church?
Yeah, just Christian.
Just Christian?
Just Christian.
How does listening to the classic metal show coincide with your church going on Sunday? How does that work together?
Oh, well, the classic metal show is just fun. you got to have a laugh. I mean, you guys, just because you guys have a laugh doesn't mean you have to certainly live that way necessarily.
Right. So ultimately, Tim, it's a bitch that's involved, right?
Well, no, I'm a married man.
Oh, well, that changes it then.
How long
have you been a married Tim? How long have you been? Hey, shut up! I'm talking. How long have you been a married man, Tim?
11 years, my friend. 11 years.
Okay, so 11 years and 1 day ago, were you a churchgoer?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh really?
But you are as well, aren't you?
No.
Oh well, no. Didn't you say? Wasn't it a few episodes ago, or a couple of months ago? I heard you say you had to go to church in the morning.
Yeah, because there was pussy involved behind it. I was banging a chick that went to church, so I had to go to church.
How'd that work out for you?
I got pussy.
So it worked out for you?
Yes, of course it worked out. What do you think? I'm going to go and fucking say all my Hail Marys and pray to the big fucking cross and not get laid? Of course it worked. Otherwise I wouldn't do it.
Good for you, son. Yeah.
Well, what can we do for you? What can we do for you this week, Tim?
Not a lot, really. I'm just calling in to say good day and all that stuff. I can't, a lot of Sundays I can listen to the show. There's just a lot of stuff going on today, but I wanted to call in and just touch base. That's all.
Well, what kind of bands play on a Sunday afternoon in Australia?
They're a band. Actually, I don't really like them. They're like they were successful. They're called 1927. They were successful like in the early 90s and stuff. But I'm just going because my friend's going. It's like, tickets are only $20. But if it wasn't for my friend that I'm going with, I wouldn't really care. But it's always good to see a band because you always learn stuff.
Well, where does a band like the one you're going to see play on a Sunday afternoon? What's the setting? Where are they playing on a Sunday afternoon?
I'm at a place called the Heathcote Hotel. It's like playing probably, one of your like local. Do you know you guys were talking not so long ago about? I think Chris was talking about the fact that in the mid-90s you went to see Warrant at some really like almost deserted bar or a bar that wasn't real flash, and he went in there and saw them, and he just sort of saw how the mighty had fallen, I guess. I think this is about 96 maybe, and it's kind of like that, this. What was that?
I said okay.
Yeah, it's like this band 1927, in the early 90s they were a kind of a multi-platinum band. But in Australia, a platinum album's like 70,000, but although with all the downloading now, platinum albums aren't what they used to be in America either, so but they're just a bunch of guys now that they had like one hit album and then they couldn't really follow it up. But their songs still get played on the radio every now and again. So
yeah, we had a band like that in the U.S. called Hootie and the Blowfish.
I love that band.
Me too.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
Right here.
Yeah, no, that crack review was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. 15 million sold.
Yeah, I mean it's not like they did badly after that. I think the one after that sold at least 4 or 5 million, and then the one after that at least went platinum. But I know what you mean. But you see, this band 1927, they had like one album, and then they were completely gone and hardly ever heard from again. It was really bizarre. Yeah.
Right. Well, all right, Tim. Yeah. Well, thanks for calling.
All right, mate. Well, you guys hang in there, and I'll try to ring you next week, and hopefully I'll have a bit more metal news going on for you.
Well, Tim, before you go, I got to ask you, are you familiar with the comedian Jim Jeffries?
No.
He's from Australia, and for some reason he's catching fire here in the U.S. So I was just wondering if you knew of him and had any thoughts on him at all.
No. Look, I'll have to look him up, but I tell you what, I love Jim Florentine.
Well, okay.
Well, thanks for calling, Tim.
Well, look up.
No worries, guys.
Well, look up Jim Jeffries. He's one of your fellow countrymen.
Yeah. Well, you guys keep rocking, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, Tim.
Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal, and hand job.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks for calling, Tim.
There goes Tim.
Glad Tim called. Glad Tim had so much to share tonight.
He's our third mic.
He is third mic.
Tim, the third mic.
That's right.
Isn't it funny that he leaves church and then he tunes into the classic metal show?
It's fucking hilarious.
He worships at the House of the Holy, and then he worships at the Church of Metal.
All right, well, I don't want to berate Tim, But I got to question Tim's intelligence in listening to this show and thinking that I'm somehow religious.
Well, you did mention that you did attend some church services early on because,
of course.
You didn't frame it in the premise that you were necessarily sniffing church pews or looking for pussy. You framed it in the context that you were searching for an answer, more or less.
Salvation?
Well, you didn't even say that. You just said you just were willing to leave the door open to all and any answers or solutions to life's mysteries.
Well, I definitely, without, if I drop the silliness for a minute, I still do that.
Well, sure. But he's just relating to you on that basis because you did make that statement.
Boy, do I hate that fucking there are people out there that know every fucking word I've said.
They listen intently, my friend.
So funny because they know more that I've said than I know that I've said.
But they listen. That's the thing. They listen to us. They listen to everything that we say, and they take it as gospel. And it's just like, well, Chris and Neeley said this, so this must be the direction.
Yeah, well, I'm glad Tim is listening, and I'm glad Tim is churching, and more power to you, Timbo.
Right. Well, we have a guy that actually brought the classic metal show up in his church.
Yeah. Who? Oh, yeah, Joe Freelance.
Joe Freelance actually spoke of the classic metal show in church.
That's pretty scary all by itself.
So, Tim's not the only one.
Yeah. Hey, while we're talking about people that are not in the chat and that we haven't heard from in a little while, do you know who I heard from this week? And I think you heard from him too.
Who's that?
Lawyer Fred.
Yeah, Fred actually did send me an email this week.
I had about a 20-minute conversation with Lawyer
Fred. Oh, you actually spoke with him?
I did for about 20 minutes.
See, I didn't know you had a conversation with Fred. He dropped me an email and just said, "Hey, I hope you're well, and I thought of you and Chris, and blah blah blah." The website was he throwing you a job or something?
He is. He's throwing me a gig.
Yeah, he didn't mention why or where or whatever. He just said that they had a company meeting and they were discussing websites, and he thought of you, and then he thought of the show and wondered how we were and wanted to know if I wanted to hook up and have a bite or a drink with him, and I was surprised. I was like, "Oh, hey, buddy, how are you?" Nice.
I hadn't talked to him in a while. Yeah, we talked for probably 20, 25 minutes. We had a nice little conversation.
Look at you.
Yeah. Look at me moving in on your friends. I'm fucking poaching your friends.
That's all right. I've given you the hookup on a few jobs.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, I appreciate all of it. It keeps me from having to go work in somebody else's fucking cubicle.
Sure.
Love it.
Look at you.
Hell yeah.
I had no idea you actually spoke with him. I got an email, and I have yet to reply.
Yeah, I guess I'm more important than you.
Well, I suppose so, but you have a needed service.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, that was my poaching of your friend this week.
Well, that's okay. It's okay. I'll share my friends with you.
Hey, why not? I've already poached your roommate and fucking
Krause and Lawyer Fred.
Right. I just reach right in and grab them all.
Sure.
Because I don't get enough attention. I need more constantly.
Right. Right.
All right. So what are we talking about? Bret Michaels?
Well, we were talking about Bret Michaels has a solo song, I guess.
Yeah. It's a jewel. Now, you haven't listened to this at all?
No.
I'm so excited to hear your fucking initial reaction.
Well, before we get into this, I was trying to finish a thought here before Tim interjected there.
Yeah, okay.
But when you think of, a Bret Michaels.
Yes.
Okay, and the fact that, for the last, for all intents and purposes, say 13 or 14 years, Poison has done pretty well for the nostalgia tour almost, every summer.
Sure.
And then he personally doing the Rock of Love through VH1. Mm-hmm. And then doing his meet and greet thing, and then doing some of his solo tours, and then appearing on What is that Donald Trump show called?
Celebrity Apprentice.
Okay, Celebrity Apprentice, and all kinds of various things.
Right.
What kind of money do you think Bret Michaels is worth?
Oh, he's got to be, what, 50, 60 million?
Okay, I don't know.
I've got to think he's got, I mean, he's literally turned his name into as big of a brand as Poison.
Okay, so
probably bigger now.
Yeah, Bret Michaels is a recognizable name.
Yeah.
So at this point, being a solo artist, single guy, whatever,
yeah.
What do you think motivates him to churn out music, as in the single we're going to play here, that would say, you know what, the people will buy this?
That's what motivates him. The fact that he's got a bunch of dumb rubes that'll buy it just because it has his fucking picture on it. When you hear this, there's no way you can possibly think that the guy has some fucking idea that there's any need for any creative integrity.
No integrity involved here.
None.
Okay.
I mean, zero. Guy listened to the radio, here's what sells on the radio, and did a bad version of it.
Okay.
Period.
All right. So apparently Bret has a new CD coming out, or is he just releasing singles?
I think he has a new CD coming out. I obviously didn't investigate it because I really don't want to even hear it.
Okay.
But the single was forwarded to me from our good friend, the Warlock.
Okay.
And he said, this should kill some time on the CMS.
Now I haven't spoken to the Warlock in numerous years.
Okay.
Does he listen to the show like via the Spreaker or something?
I think through the Spreaker, yeah.
Okay.
I think he catches it. I think I post it on the Facebook every week, and I think he cherry picks, from the titles what might be interesting to him.
Do you get any feedback from him at all on any of the episodes, or?
Every once in a while, yeah, but not like weekly. Like, oh, this was a good segment in that segment or whatever. But every once in a while, you're like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Well, I know the Warlock a little bit, and I know that he's kind of nervous about certain things, certain segments, and he gets a little bit unnerved by subject material. And do you think that, to use an MOL term, cringe radio, do you think that when he listens to the Spreaker, like if he does cherry pick certain episodes, can you picture him sitting there listening with cringe radio in his mind, like, oh, this is kind of like I'm out of my comfort zone listening to this.
Yeah, definitely. Dude, believe me, even when we were doing radio together, him and I, there were many times that I would watch him fucking get very fucking nervous.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying, because I actually shared the studio at MMS with you guys on 2 or 3 occasions, and I know he was always nervous about any time you opened your mouth.
I know. He was always afraid I was going to blow the show up.
Right.
At a moment's notice. And he was right to worry about that, to be fair.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't see him as, hardcore listener like an O&A guy. He's definitely not.
Right.
So, yeah, he definitely would be nervous listening to what we do, but that's okay. But look, anybody that wants to participate, it helps me, so I don't have to do so much work to put the topics together and whatnot. All good with me. And I definitely, Wardlaw is one of those guys that's definitely in that zone of he hears things and he just knows that I will have a field day with it.
Right. All right. Well, let's check out the new single from Bret Michaels.
All right.
This is, let's see, Bret Michaels, Peter Keys, whoever that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
This song is called "You Know You Want It."
Oh yeah, it's a happening hot little number.
You know you want it.
You know you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pal.
All right. Well, let's play some new Bret Michaels.
All right.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Oh no. Oh no.
Exactly 1 second in.
Oh. Wow.
You want to start it over? You might have missed something there.
I can't. Just the electronic beep, dee, 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 dee. It's like, oh, don't tell me this is gonna rap.
Dude, this is not the intro. That is the song.
This is the song?
That's the song. That's not an intro.
Oh, no.
That's not like some radio promo sample thing. That's the song.
All right, I'm gonna grin and bear this.
All right.
Here we go.
Check, 1 2 1 2. Are you ready for this? 1 2 3. You know you want it. You know you want it. You know you get it, so you got it, so you flaunt it. Back up on it. You know you want it. You know you want it. You know you get it, so you got it, so you flaunt it. Back up on it.
Back up on it. Oh my God.
What in the fuck?
This is a 50-year-old guy doing this, right?
I know, it's good.
A 50-year-old headband wearing, 80s guy doing this.
What, you don't think that this rivals Justin Bieber?
No.
Come on.
Look at Jackal 1, Bret Michaels. What an asshole. Stop, Diamond Ryan.
Come on, you guys aren't giving it a chance. Maybe you just got to get further in, man, to get a good feel for this.
You like this party, you're dressed to kill. You know you own it in them 6-inch heels. You got them lips, I wanna kiss. I get your message when you dress like this. You know you want it, you know you want it. You know you get it, so you got it, so you flaunt it. You know you want it, you know you want it. You know you get it, so you got it, so you flaunt it. Back up on it. Don't get too comfortable. Continue. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. You got it, girl. Take it down to the beat like this. I see you.
Does this guy have no dignity at all?
None.
This guy is 51 years old.
You know you want it.
He's 51 years old.
Come on, dude, I'm feeling it, man. He's got some real Justin Timberlake type vibe going on in this.
Even Justin Timberlake is too old to be doing this.
That's what I mean. It's good. You say too old. I say not fucking focused enough to find the right groove.
Apparently not.
Bret Michaels knows how to fucking record a little ditty.
Apparently. Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
You know what this sounds like?
What?
It sounds like music that would be played at one of those aerobics classes where chicks. It's like, what the hell is it called? It's like they don't actually strip, but it's like how to dance like a stripper.
Oh, it's pole dancing classes.
Yeah, yeah, like strip to live or
right.
Strip to lose weight or something,
right.
thing like that. I could just hear that, a bunch of fat 40-year-old chicks jiggling their shiznit to this music.
Shiznit.
in a gym with a female instructor.
Right. That has a dyke haircut.
Yeah, probably.
They got that short dyke haircut like Cynthia Nixon from Sex and the City.
Not that I would know. You watch that? I don't. Any more secrets you want to share, Neeley?
I'll admit it. I watched Sex and the City.
What?
Yeah, years ago when it was on.
Once or like as a series that you watched?
I watched it, sure.
Every week?
Not every week, but I watched it, sure.
Wait a minute.
I think you want to meet my neighbor, Neeley. He's just as gay.
Wait a minute. Stop the presses here.
The dude watched Desperate Housewives and threw a party for the finale.
Ooh, Jesus. Did you throw a Sex in the City party?
I can't say I did that, but watching Horseface Jessica and that dark-haired girl, that Charlotte chick, not bad.
Stop it! Stop it!
Did you have the sound off, Neeley?
We're not hold on, hush, Doghouse. We have to address this.
Oh.
You're fucking watching Sex in the City?
Not watching when it was on like 10 years ago.
You were watching it.
I didn't watch it like religiously, but I would catch it now and again on HBO.
Did you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
And she watched it and you just were there?
No, she did. I don't know that she watched it. It was just like if I was flipping through channels and it was on, I would catch it.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. He was just flipping around.
Seriously?
Well, it was on, and he walked in the room, and yeah.
Why? What about that show intrigued you to watch it?
I didn't say it intrigued me, but
You watched it more than once. Something intrigued you to go back to it.
watching that Charlotte girl, that dark-haired girl, she was pretty hot.
Which one? Is that the one that did the fucking... it like came out that she did a porn, and there's like
No.
amateur porn of her.
No.
The real innocent looking one.
She was dark-haired gal. They called her Charlotte on there.
I'm not gay, so I wouldn't know that.
I don't know what her real name is, but she was cute. Ugh.
Dude, seriously, this show. I have to leave the show again. You were watching Sex in the City regularly?
I didn't say regularly. I said I've caught it now and again.
My God, dude. I'm buying you the whole Bret Michaels collection. This is fucking horrendous news for the show. God.
I think we're getting a new aspect, a new understanding of Neeley's bachelorhood.
Oh, this is fucking horrible, dude. Desperate Housewives? Did you watch that?
I've never seen an episode.
The Real Housewives of whatever city?
Never seen an episode.
On.
Seriously.
Come on. Do you have, is your number one favorite on your remote the Lifetime channel?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Fried
about
green
Honey Boo Boo?
tomatoes?
What is that?
Did you ever watch that movie?
No.
Steel Magnolias.
Never saw it.
Come on, but you watch Sex in the City.
Dude, I have HBO. It was on every other hour for when it was...
and that's when you quickly tune off. Dude, come on.
So watching 4 chicks is gay.
Watching those 4 chicks to fucking do an hour of guys are fucking useless and fucking female empowerment fake bullshit, yes, gay. Absolutely gay. It's fucking female empowering fucking dudes are fucking stupid dummies that we should just fucking feed off of for money. Yes, gay.
Okay.
Watching that gay.
How would you know that if you never saw it?
I didn't say I didn't see it.
So you watched it too.
No, because I'm going to tell you straight up. I had a wife that watched it.
Okay.
Dude, not a fan. Wouldn't watch it.
I didn't say I was a
But I know what
fan.
it's
I
about.
said I saw it. I said I've watched it before, but I didn't say I was a fan.
Yeah, okay, you knew the girl's name, for God's sake. You knew her character name.
That's because I thought she was hot.
Yeah, I'll bet it
She's
was. You thought
backpedaling all
it
over
was
the place.
hot that she was fucking empowering the female race.
Just put it this way: she's responsible for all the gripes you two have about women. You still watched.
So funny.
And now
Oh,
I think we need
God.
to hear Neeley sing "Bitch" by Meredith Brooks.
Oh, there you go. You like that song, Neeley?
I don't even know if I know it or not.
You got the entire Alanis Morissette catalog in your collection?
No, you might ask Fred about that, though.
It might ask me too. All right, enough. Go away, Doghouse. We got a show to do.
Sure, you just torture us more with Bret Michaels.
Right.
Fuck you, pal.
There goes Doghouse.
Oh, boy.
All right, we got 1 minute and 32. Let's play some.
Let's hear some.
Standing there from across the room, the way you be looking, we be leaving soon. I see your face.
Did he say weeby?
The way you be looking and we be leaving soon.
So he did say weeby.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's ghetto, man. He's street.
We be leaving soon.
Don't you think that this fucking multimillionaire is a street-level thug?
He sounds like it to me. Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Hail Kill, guys. Hey, we made a plea to Angel last week to send Chris some nude pics last week. Get off the Jeff Key topic. Can we get?
Wait. Whoa, slow down. Enunciate your words. Stop chewing your tongue. Okay.
My apologies.
You made a deal with Angel of Death, and
we made a deal with Angel of Death last week that if she sent Chris pics last week, we would get off of the Jeff Key topic.
Yeah.
So if we get Okie to send Chris pics this week, can we get off the Bret Michaels topic?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There we go, Okie.
If Okie wants to send me pictures, please do. I'll put my name in. I'll put my email address in the chat room right now.
Anything to get off of the Bret Michaels topic, because this shit is fucking horrible, dude.
Well, Okie said that ain't happening. So
well, I guess we got to play Bret Michaels.
Well, guys, I tried. Hail and kill, hand job.
Y'all are losing it on the hand job.
It's just hand job.
Y'all are like seriously not getting into the hand job very much.
Right.
I personally like hand jobs.
Yeah, not bad.
You know, start out nothing. I could tell that story too tonight if you want to hear a fucking silly dating story.
Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
You know, listening to this, I picture Bret with his stupid fucking trout lip out, his a big fake orange tan, and some shitty Ed Hardy shirt, freaking unbuttoned to his fucking belly button, just looking like the ultimate jizz bag that he is.
The ultimate jizz bag.
I hope he picks up a trap. I hope he picks up a tranny that he thinks he's a chick with HIV that fucks him in the ass at the end of the night.
Wow.
After listening to this.
Is that all you want to happen?
After 30 years of doing what he's done, if that hasn't happened yet, I'm not too confident that's going to happen.
Here's the thing. I want to know if all his diabetes meds would allow him to take the AIDS cocktail. Because seriously.
Well, he would make
Wouldn't it be funny if he dies one way or another?
Well, he would make a good subject material in a J.S. Bannerman story.
He certainly would. He's just fucking big a train wreck.
Jeez.
Wow.
All right, hail and kill, fuck you, pal. Hand job!
There you go. See, MOL delivered the hand job like he should.
When it comes to giving out hand jobs, MOL knows how.
Right.
I see your eyes. You know, baby, I'm the lord of your thighs. You know you want it. You know you get it, so you got it, so you flaunt it. You know you want it. You know you want it. You know you get it, so you got it, so you flaunt it. You like these parties. You like them pills. You like those nights in the Hollywood Hills. You like the money. You like the fame. Don't play shy, girl, I got your game. You know you want it. You know you want it. You know you want it. You know you get it, so you got it, so you flaunt it. Back up on it. You know you want it.
You know what that song reminds me of?
What?
That that wedding singer in the first Hangover movie.
Okay.
You know, at the end where he says, Should I get up on you or will you back up on it? You know, remember that one?
Did he not just say in that song, I'm the lord of your thighs?
Yeah, it's a Aerosmith reference.
Yeah, just terrible.
It is terrible.
Bret Michaels should be killed for this.
It's as cliche as it can get. And for him to try to pass this off as, I don't know.
As anything. Dude, this is like embarrassing. I mean, you keep saying it. He's 51.
Yeah, he's 51. Extremely undignified.
Yeah, a 51-year-old guy should not be doing this.
I agree.
This is worse than Pat Boone, and Pat Boone did it as a goof. I think this guy is serious about putting this out.
Well, it is out, right?
Yeah, well, it's out, but I mean, I think he's trying to fucking cross over to the current trend.
Well, of course he is. He's a bandwagon jumper.
He's a fucking douchebag. My God, man, this is horrendous.
Well, is he gonna try like I doubt it, but is he gonna try like a Donny Osmond trick back in the '80s when he released a song that didn't have his name attached to it?
I wish it didn't have his voice attached to it. This is fucking terrible, man.
It is.
Oh, play some more.
You know you want it. You know you get it, so you got it, so you flaunt it. Back up on it. You know you want it. So back up on it. You know you want it. You know you want it. You know you want it. Want it. Want it. You know you want it. Want it. Want it. Want it. You know you want it.
That is fucking garbage.
Well, this is going to lead into a good topic here.
All right.
I've been single since I was 23,
Okay.
49.
All right.
So for 26 years,
Yeah.
I've had a share of girlfriends.
Okay.
You've met a few.
Yeah, I've met a few.
Always good-looking girls.
Yeah.
All of them.
Agree.
Good-looking girls.
Good to great.
So I've had a share of nice-looking women in my life.
True.
No complaints from me at all.
Okay.
I will tell you for a fact, and not because I don't think this has any reflection on me as a, let me just put it in terms of as my prowess as a quote unquote a lover.
Okay.
But I have never encountered a woman ever
Yeah.
that was just like, I gotta have it now.
Oh, a hoary chick?
Well, regardless, hoary or not,
Just horny.
that horny.
All right.
You always have to work up to it. These songs that sing about you know you want it.
Yeah.
You know, I have never encountered that girl that is just all over you because she can't contain herself.
Never even like in a one-time scenario or anything?
You know, there's been times obviously that it's gotten, you know, hot and passionate, but for all intents and purposes,
Yeah.
it's never been, you know, you want it, just back up on it, you know, that kind of thing. It's never been just like, oh, I got to have you now, you know, without the prep that went into it, whether it be a nice evening out or dinner or go to a club or, you know, you know what I mean? It's never been just flat out, man, I am horny. You got to take me now. You know what I mean?
I'm listening.
Are you following me?
I'm following you. I'm not agreeing with you, but I'm following you.
So you have basically, you're just sitting there minding your own business and it's just like, I got to have it now.
I've had that, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But I'll tell you why I've had that. Because I mostly had that when I was a lot younger, obviously, not now, but
that's my point.
When I was especially in high school, 16 or 17 years old, I was the pot dealer in my school. And as the pot dealer, you could fucking get a lot of chicks that would be all fucking whacked up on fucking weed or whatever.
But that isn't normal, though. They're under the influence.
Well, I didn't say it was normal. I said that fucking it happened.
I'm talking about just a normal girl who hasn't been plied with anything, be it weed or alcohol or a night out or new jewelry or...
Oh, you mean just like you're hanging out
Yes.
at a picnic or some shit and she just fucking grabs you and starts sucking your dick?
Right.
Because she's got to have it?
Exactly.
No, I can't say
That's
I've
my
had that.
point. That's where I'm going. I'm not talking about being plied to that point. I'm talking about just, you know, you follow my point?
No, I follow you. And I've had it. I can't talk about when, but I've had that happen.
Okay, but it's not common.
No, it's definitely not common.
Okay. But then when you hear a guy like a Bret Michaels or anybody who sings these kind of songs,
yeah,
who are they singing about? Are they singing about a coked up, drugged up whore in a bar?
Well, don't forget, this is Bret Michaels from Poison, and fucking Bret Michaels from Poison is a douche knob singer that fucking chicks do want to just suck his dick just because he's Bret Michaels, and always have. You know, all these fucking dumb whores that dude, and let's just be honest, we've been backstage at Poison shows where we've seen the fucking dumb whores that will fucking line up to suck this fucking faggot fuck's dick.
Okay, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
Because, you know that I've gotten the Roku. I got myself the Roku for Christmas, right?
Right, uh-huh.
Okay. So Roku's just great. Because you can
this week,
because you can get just any kind of streaming channels, and one of the things that I get on Netflix a lot is I watch a lot of the stand-up comedians.
Yeah,
So I was watching stand-up comedian, and I saw one last night, and it brings up the exact point you just brought up.
Okay,
he says you go to a concert, and let's just say Poison.
Okay.
And he says you go backstage and there's all these groupie girls just pawing their way to be the selected one of the evening, right?
Uh-huh.
He says, but if you are a guy who goes to, say, like, to go see Madonna or who else is a popular female singer?
Britney Spears? Britney Spears or somebody?
Yeah, somebody like that.
Right.
You won't see guys pawing their way backstage, trying to get through security, trying to get backstage, because you're standing there and go, don't you want to go backstage? And you go, why? There's a hot chick selling popcorn right here.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So it's just like they don't care. Whatever's accessible and that's right there.
Yeah,
that's what guys will accept.
Dude, it's the probably the hottest. I mean, I've been backstage for a lot of really hot chick shows. Like, I met Shania Twain. The hottest chick I ever met in my life was that fucking chick Chili from TLC.
Okay.
I've been backstage at a lot of that, and it is such a different vibe, compared to the dudes with chicks. The chicks are just fucking, they have zero self-respect, 90%. That's really what it comes down to, is the dudes don't want to look like fucking bitches.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. No dude is going to be, oh, Madonna, please suck my cock. Please, I just want you to suck my dick.
Right.
You're not going to see that from dudes. You go backstage and the women are like, Brett, I'll fucking let you fuck me in the ass with your fist. They'll fucking try to out-whore each other to get on this fucking dude's nuts.
Right. Well, it's, if you ever watch that movie with Mark, what's his name? Mark Wahlberg with the rock star.
Yeah.
And when his chick, Jennifer Aniston, comes to see him backstage when they hit the Seattle area, all those girls are basically lining up saying, well, I get him first, I got to be at work, so I need to get in and out of here. So, hurry up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this comedian, like I said, I was watching last night, and he was just like, you don't fight your way through security and getting backstage and go to see Britney or Madonna or whomever.
Yeah.
You're just like, hey, the hot chick that's vending the popcorn right here.
Well, that's it. And truthfully, it's a whole lot easier.
That's my point. So it's just like guys won't go through that nonsense to get to that point. They'll just grab anybody and anything that's within arm's reach.
Well, and let's just do the basic math of a dude. An ugly chick is a hot chick with fucking 6 shots.
Exactly.
You do 6 shots, and that ugly chick is the fucking best pussy in the world. Because ultimately, let's just be honest, ladies, and I know you're probably going to take this the wrong way, but really you're just a pussy wrapped with a bag of meat. That's really what you are. I mean, I'm sorry that's a little bit insensitive, but I mean, we're guys. We want that fucking moist center filling. We really don't want to fucking talk to you. We don't really want to even look at you too much. We want to look at you to fucking convince the blood to flow to our dick, but ultimately you're a vag with a fucking bag of meat keeping it alive.
Wow.
That's what it is. So, don't think that you're that important. You're really not. And stuff like this conversation just proves it.
Exactly.
It just does.
Wow.
Sorry, maybe that's a little rough, but, whatever. I'm drinking tonight. I'm drunk. I can get away with it.
But Bret Michaels,
Speaking of a bag of meat.
Yeah,
a vagina. Jesus.
But, the fact that this guy at, not that 51 is ancient or anything, but for him to be doing this style of, and I'm going to use the term loosely, music, it's embarrassing.
Yes. Look at Nathan in the chat room. Chris-akin feminist.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me.
You're sensitive toward women's issues.
You know what, though, dude? Let's be real here for a second, and I do mean real. Obviously, I'm being a little facetious here with fucking that women are just a bag of meat.
Sure,
but at the same time, don't you think that most women over fucking populate their importance?
I think so.
They do. I mean, guys, we all know that we're scuzzy, and we all seem to know that we're just fucking, we're just willing to bang chicks.
Right.
We're just willing to bang them because we like the fucking feeling of banging them. There's very few guys that are really 100% of the time that are going to be like, I just really want this relationship and I want it to be special and, hopefully the sex will fucking make it better and blah, 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 blah. Ultimately, guys are like, man, I got to get some pussy. And if that pussy's good enough, then we want to know you. And that's really how that works. 90% of the time. You don't think so?
I'm not arguing, dude. I
ain't getting into this.
I get it. Believe me, I get it.
It's just, I just wonder all the time, and especially now that I'm out in this dumb dating world, I just fucking experience this shit where the fucking level of self-importance is fucking staggering. It is staggering to me that you can actually find a fucking chick that is a fucking part-time fucking fry cook at McDonald's telling a guy, well, I won't date you unless you make fucking $80,000 a year.
Right.
It's like, hello, you fucking overly self-important dumbbell. You fucking smell like a goddamn vat of grease. You're not that fucking important.
Well, but here's the funny thing, and you just brought up a good point is that if a guy who's, say, he's successful financially and in business,
yeah,
if you're a good-looking girl,
yeah,
and you're a waitress,
mm-hmm,
he'll ask you out.
Of course.
But if the roles are reversed and you're a successful woman financially, or you're in a higher class in society per se,
right,
you're not going to date a busboy.
No,
chances
absolutely.
are that's not going to happen. But if you're a good-looking woman and you wait tables for a living, not that there's anything wrong with that, there's a high probability that you could date somebody who is 10 times more successful than you are.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't work in reverse.
No, it never works in reverse.
So that just alone proves the point.
Right. Well, let's prove that. Let's make a point here, dude. You know how much I make, or roughly.
Yeah, I got it.
You roughly know. Without getting into all of the money talk, it's a safe assumption that I could go buy any car, any reasonable car I wanted to. Would you say that that's a true statement?
I would say that's true.
You know, if I wanted legitimately, if I wanted a $40,000 car, I could afford that.
Sure.
Okay. You also know that I'm the worst driver in the history of this planet. True?
Sure. I've seen you bang up a few cars.
Everybody's seen me wreck cars. And so, therefore, I choose not to buy nice cars. Now that I'm single, it's like I'm fucking denying myself fucking chicks because I don't have that status car.
That's true. There's a lot of truth to that. Because,
and I'm hearing that a lot, dude.
You've seen my car.
Yeah.
A lot of that is because I like the car I have, but a lot of that also has to do with looks too.
Like physical looks?
Yeah, just for the fact that, oh, that's your car. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. It's like what is the fact that I'm not going to fucking care or that I care about you fucking less important than the fucking wheels I'm driving? You know what I mean?
Well, a good movie that proves that point.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen it, is She's Out of My League.
I haven't seen that.
You'll have to see that because this girl, she's hotter than hell.
Okay.
Dated guys who were in her, quote unquote, her social circle.
Right.
But she was blown out by those guys that, that even though they're in her social circle,
sure,
she decided she was going to try something outside of her social circle.
Right.
And she picked a guy that, didn't have money. He certainly didn't have a fancy car. He didn't have a great job.
Right.
But she thought he was a quote unquote safe bet.
Okay.
And, that was one of the things he said. It's just like he drove a Neon,
Right. Yeah, and that's horrible, right?
Yeah, but, it was just, but that was brought up in the movie, that I drive a shit car and I got a shit job and I don't make a lot of money. And, it's obvious that you're just settling for me because you're going outside of your circle.
Yeah. No, dude, it's just sad, man. And I mean, what's funny, though, is some of the dumb stereotypes that do come up are true. Like, girls tend to fucking like the funny dude. Like the funny dude and will respond to the confident
Well,
dude.
they do say that if you can make a girl laugh, that's half the battle right there.
Well, look, I'm still a big fat tub of goo. And I'm fucking dating way outside of my league consistently, which has been fucking great. But it's because I don't care. It's if I was one of those guys that's like, oh, I better not talk to her because, she might reject me and then I'll feel bad. If I was that dude, I would not be getting any kind of fucking play.
Sure.
But because I'm confident and I am kind of funny, it's like, it's doing good for me, which is great.
Right.
It doesn't. Chicks are fucking impossible to read. Let's just call it what it is. They're fucking impossible. They are, dude. I can't figure any of them out.
Sure.
I'm trying. Boy, is that fucking stupid of me. Maybe that's stupid of me. Maybe I should stop trying to figure them out.
Listen, dude, you've seen and heard some of my escapades, and I still can't figure it out.
I know, dude. It's a mess.
It is a mess.
It's. I was out with one today, and it's like, had a good time, had a real good time, and at the same time walked away with it with, I don't know, what do I do next?
Hail and kill, caller, you're on the air.
Hail and kill, and with this we have another night of chris-akin opening up in relationship talk. But anyway, yeah. So But you guys are totally right about the funny thing. I have probably 20 numbers of girls that are stratospherically hot. Like, literally just leagues above any of us hot, because I'm a funny guy, you know? I mean,
just
I'm never
not on
gonna
the
fuck
phone.
any of them. Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, shut up, Chris. Anyway, but seriously, dude, it is. If you're funny, I mean, you're not gonna fuck them. I mean, let's put that down. Let's throw that right out there, because I mean, you ain't gonna fuck them. I mean, they'll laugh at you and they'll hang out with you. Oh, they'll hang out with you and laugh and everything, but they ain't gonna fuck you. You're their bud. You're their friend.
Yeah, you do tend to get friend zoned a lot. That is true.
I mean, and that's fine. I mean, because shit. I mean, it's good to have chick friends, because they can fucking help you find a chick and, you know, and shit like that. But it's just what it is. I mean, you learn to fucking deal with that shit.
Yeah.
But it is, they don't date out of their social status. And they do say, oh, I wish I could find this nice guy. I wish I could find someone that will treat me with respect. And then there's a fucking guy that'll do that, but he lives like, basically, makes this amount of a fucking dirtbag would make, you know? Like, he's some fucking janitor, or he's some fucking, you know, construction worker, not just making, you know, a living. Or driving a fucking, as you said, a Neon, you know? Driving a fucking old late model Saturn or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the girl's not going to go for that guy. It's just how it is.
Yeah. Well, I have literally, and here I'll share something that I probably shouldn't share, but I don't give a fuck.
All right, go ahead.
I have literally talked seriously about buying what I'm going to call a dating car, and I literally
don't buy
have
buy a $50,000 penis, Chris. Come on,
I've
man.
thought about it. It's not buying a $50,000 penis. It's buying $50,000 worth of upgraded pussy.
All right.
That's what I'm buying. I'm not trying to buy anything about my cock. I'm trying to fucking buy better places to hold it.
Yeah, so these girls aren't fucking you. They're fucking your car.
I care. It's still my cum coming out.
They're not fucking me. They're fucking my car.
So what?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to find a wife. I'm not trying to find a wife. I'm trying to find a hole, a nice, wet, warm hole.
Wow.
I gotcha. I mean, we all know this about Chris. It's fucking. At least you're not dating like. I mean, you're going Anthony Cumia. At least you don't have like an arsenal and like 15-year-old girls yet. But you know, that could change.
Yet I have. God, I don't even want to get into all this, but
Nathan from Kentucky wants to know, does the upgraded pussy come with an extended warranty?
That's funny.
All right, Haley, chill. Okay,
right.
Go ahead. Now go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You can hang up because you're boring us anyway. So.
Yeah, I'm punching the fuck out.
Where he's talking about age, I've been with 6 girls, I guess, now.
Okay.
And of the 6, only 1 was under 30. So does that mean that I'm dating, and most of them have been in between that 35 and 45. Well, the rest have been.
That's right in your age range.
But only the one she was 29.
Right.
And then the rest have all been, my age, so to speak.
Sure.
And I got to admit, the ones that are my age are boring. Dude, they all. What is it about girls that are into their 40s to 50-ish range? Where is it that they've just had the life beaten out of them?
No, it's they got the run out of them now. It's over. It's now about nesting and security. Hail and kill caller. You're on the air.
She don't love me. She loves my automobile.
Right.
As far as the funny chicks go, or chicks liking funny dudes, it don't take you far enough because You use the humor. Look, I'm telling you this as somebody with a little bit of a facility for language and a facility for comedy, right?
Yeah.
Even when I'm not doing Jeff Tate.
You're doing Jeff Tate? What?
What?
Channeling Jeff Tate.
Right. Don't blow the cover here. Go ahead.
You're the Sex and the City watching queen.
I am, and I'll admit it. I watched it.
I'm speaking to the heteros here. You use the humor to draw them to you at first, and then you don't know when to quit, and you use the humor to keep them from you. And they feel like they can't get close to you because all you do is joke all the time.
Right. That's been pointed out to me.
Has it really?
Yes, it has. You have got to always be the jokester.
Yeah, but that works both ways, too, because I told you about the mutual friend that we both have that I went out with, and she literally went out with me and then was like, okay, fucking funny man, make me laugh.
Yeah, but it was temporary, though.
Well, yeah, it was very temporary.
She would get sick of it and say that you couldn't get serious.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
It would happen. Don't worry, it would. Probably by the third date.
All right. Doesn't this get old after a while? When can we have a serious conversation without you making some kind of a joke about it?
Who?
Exactly.
Oh, I thought you were reading that. I was like, who said that?
But the thing is, the funny guys, you know, they say all good comedy comes from pain.
Yeah.
And it does.
And it's true.
It's true. Because you can't joke about something that's happy because you don't need to.
Yeah, that's true.
So
well, that's why I'm so goddamn funny, because I'm as tragic as they fucking come.
You said it, not me.
I'll agree to it, too. Neeley, you know enough about my history. I am definitely as tragic as they fucking come.
Well, that's why they had like Motley Crue on the cover of Theater of Pain. They've got the comedy and tragedy mask.
Right, exactly.
That's exactly what it's all about.
Sure, exactly. So we use the humor to, like Abraham Lincoln said, "I laugh because I must not cry."
Wow.
And it's a great quote. But we use it as kind of a shield.
Sure, I agree with
chicks
that.
Don't dig shields. Chicks want to get up in there, not literally, unfortunately, figuratively. So when do we stop the joking? When's that magic moment? When do we get that signal? Stop the joking and be our cuddly teddy bear self? Ugh. Hey, guess what? I got no idea either.
Think the threshold is different with everybody, Doghouse.
Yeah, you're probably right. This has been Guy Talk, brought to you by Right Guard.
Jesus.
Or Acton or something.
Viagra. What are you talking about? That's the obvious.
Fuck you, pal.
Wow. Well, we're reaching our listeners, Chris.
Oh, we definitely are. And see, I was actually not going to tell dating stories or whatnot today, and I guess I really haven't, but.
Well, we were just basically feeding off of the Bret Michaels, still out there hunting the young'uns by trying to appeal to their sensibilities with this horrible new single. So
yeah, well, since we are in this zone, and since I've had a question I wanted to ask anyway, let me ask the question. All right, and I'll get your dating take.
Okay.
So, how am I going to do this? I'm just going to take the risk. So I went out with somebody.
Okay.
Couple of times. Two times. Went to the gun range. Went shooting the gun. Okay? Did you take out the judge? Oh, yeah.
All right, nice.
Judge and the Mossberg.
Okay, well, I got to admire you for that, so go ahead.
Yeah, I took them both out. Took her out. She wanted to shoot. I'm like, all right, let's go shoot.
All right, well, any girl...
Yeah.
And again, I don't even know where this is going, but any girl who's willing to go to the gun range with you...
It was her idea.
Well, that's a plus.
Yeah.
Without going like, oh, I'm afraid of guns, and I really don't even want them in the house, and before you get into the story, and I don't want to sidetrack you here.
Good. It's all good.
A mutual friend of yours and I,
Yeah.
someone you do a lot of business with,
Okay.
bought a Glock.
Okay.
They have no children. Nobody lives in that house besides those two.
Said he bought a Glock?
No, listen to my point.
Okay.
He bought it for, home protection.
Okay.
There's nobody else in that house.
Yeah.
Not small children or anybody who could get a hold of it.
There's basically a cat.
Yes.
Right.
She's telling him, I'm not comfortable with having that in the house.
Dummy.
My point is if you put it in a drawer somewhere
Yeah.
and never touch it, it's going to remain in that drawer no matter what.
Right.
So where's the uncomfortable part of having it in the house?
Yeah. She's afraid of herself, apparently.
Well, that's my point. It's just like I'm not comfortable with having that in the house.
She's either afraid of herself or afraid of her husband.
But that's my point. But
I know.
what's going to happen if I took that gun and put it in a drawer and closed the drawer and we didn't open the drawer and the gun remained in there?
Right.
What's going to happen?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Sit there.
So what's the point?
Yeah. Stop being a whiny bitch.
Okay, so my point to you is for a chick to suggest to you to go to a gun range and shoot some guns.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I thought it was very cool.
Okay.
I thought it was a cool thing.
Okay, continue.
So we're out, and I have some decent guns.
Sure.
Not great, but pretty decent. They're not cheap guns. Well, one is, the Mossberg is, but they're decent guns. My assault rifle's a little cheaper than a standard assault rifle, but they're decent weapons. So now, again, I'm going to reiterate, this is the second date that we're out on.
Okay.
Okay. So midway through, we're waiting for our number to be called so that we can go into when there's an open lane that we can go and shoot in.
Right.
Okay. Like there's like 7 or 8 lanes, whatever it is, and you have to wait for one to be open. So we're up waiting, and we're walking around the gun shop, and they're selling all kinds of guns, and we're looking around at the different guns and just talking. And again, I don't really know this girl super well. I've been out with her twice, texted a little bit. Whatever. So she says to me, and this is when I immediately was like, ooh, okay. And I'm trying to find out if this is an actual, ooh, that's a scary moment, or if I'm just overreading this. She says to me, she's looking at a gun that's like my Judge.
Okay.
Similar gun, which the Judge is about a $600 gun.
All right.
Okay. And she says, if we start getting serious, would you buy me one of these guns?
Would you buy me one?
Would you buy me one of these guns?
Really?
One.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, yeah, we'll have to see about that.
Yeah, how do you answer that?
I downplayed it a little bit.
Sure.
But immediately in my head, it goes into just trying to get into my wallet.
Right. Well, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's just like, if we get serious, will you buy me one?
Yeah, or will you get me one is what she said.
Okay.
It's like,
all right.
I mean, how do you answer that?
That's a tough one to answer. That one definitely would throw me back.
And I mean, does that automatically say, all right, this one has the wrong intention, or do you ride it out, or?
Well, this is how I interpret that a little bit. There's 2 ways to interpret that.
Right.
One is to find out what your intention is.
Hers or mine?
Yours.
Why mine?
Where your intentions are, where she's concerned.
Because I would buy or not buy her a gun?
No. Using the terminology, if we were to get serious.
Okay.
So she's playing that angle to see if she would be a candidate for being that girl.
All right.
Okay, that's one.
Right.
Number 2 is, will you get me one, is to saying to you that as a couple, this would be a couple's thing or an activity that both of us could share in.
Okay.
So she's saying it's like going bowling, you know, like if you were on a bowling league together,
Yeah.
you would have your own ball and your own shoes, and you would go together as a couple and do a bowling league thing together.
Right.
Well, if she had a gun and you had a gun, you could go to the range together as a couple.
Right. So none of that reads to you like, how much money are you willing to spend on
No,
it?
no. I'm looking at that as what are your intentions where I'm concerned there, mister.
That's interesting,
Could
because I
you-
didn't come up with either of those.
Because she's trying to find out if long-term intentions are something that would be an option for her or for you where she's concerned.
Yeah. Angel of Death, or maybe she just wants that damn gun. Could be that too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's her way of just kind of feeling the situation out a little bit, just to see if, you know, could you see us together in the future coming to the gun range together?
Yeah, well, I saw her today going to the gun
Yeah,
range.
but she wants to know that it's more permanent, because if she had her own gun that you bought her, and this is a, you know, a couple's activity,
Yeah.
that was her way of kind of searching that out a little bit.
It's interesting. I hadn't thought about that
It
at all.
isn't about the money, and it isn't
All I
about how much.
focused in on was the money.
No, it's not what it is. It's her way of finding out, do you have serious intent where I'm concerned?
Wow, there you go. See, this is why I'm learning from all you fucking master serial daters. I'm still a young apprentice. I'm a young grasshopper.
Right.
Too funny. But yeah, no, that was my interesting today, actually.
Sure. So, but that isn't how much money do you make and how much are you willing to spend? That's just saying, hey, would you be willing to do this as a, you know, a regular thing, not specifically the gun range, but
Right.
could you see you and I being more in a regular basis type situation?
Right. No, okay. That's fine. That's good to think about.
Uh-huh.
Interesting stuff.
Right.
But yeah, to be fair, and that's why I'm not judging, and I certainly had a great time with her today. But it was it definitely was like, ooh, really? I was like, wow, I wasn't ready for that.
Right. Well, I had one,
Yeah.
and you know of this person.
Okay.
But early on, one of the questions that I was asked flat out right
Yeah.
at the very beginning is, and she didn't beat around the bush about it, will you be my boyfriend?
Like when? The first date?
Within weeks.
Okay.
And I told her, well, no, but you would be at the top of the list.
What? You lost me on that.
She
So you won't be her boyfriend, but if you were gonna pick one, she'd be the one.
that's what I was saying, yes.
But you're not going to pick one, so go fuck yourself.
No, it's just like I'm not in that position right this minute or in that mindset right this minute. But if I got to that point of thinking, maybe I want to, focus on one, you would be at the top of the list.
Oh, okay.
But of course, that didn't score me any points, and that was just a lot of hurt feelings right there. It's just like, oh.
And then it was followed by, and I'll bet you're still going to do that awful show. If it's the one I'm thinking about, she didn't have a problem with the show, right?
No, not
really.
at all.
Yeah, she didn't have no problem with the show. I know who you're talking about, right?
Right.
The copier girl.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. This dating thing is something.
It is. It's a tough racket.
It can be fun.
It could be.
It was. I ain't gonna lie. I had fun today. I had a lot of fun today. But
as you should, and you should ride it out for all it's worth.
well, believe me, I wrote it.
Well, I say we ride this one out
All right.
And I'm going to fulfill a request from the chat room from Texas Born and Bred, and this falls right in line with this subject material.
All right. What are we playing?
He said he'd like to hear some Testament from The Gathering.
All right. I'm always up for that.
And so I decided, due to the nature of this conversation,
Yeah.
I'm going to take us out of this segment with Riding the Snake.
Very nice.
So this is for Chris and all his lovelies. This is Riding the Snake. It's Testament exclusively here.
On your classic metal show.